Real quick, coming at you from Eternia, I want to thank all of you, as always, for the kind words, the comments, the encouragement. If you want to and you're new to the channel, please subscribe and all that. If you want more, as the mail truck comes, new toys. If you want more bullshit and conversation about toys, check me out Thursday, again on Yojo Jerk for the Mega Powers podcast. We're going to answer more questions, talk about new crap, and it's going to be fun this Thursday at 6 p.m. Let's get on with the show.
Hey! Oh! Gains! Gains!
Before we talk about Superman, we have to first discuss Batman. Because after all, that's the point of my argument here. And this isn't to bash McFarlane. We all know, if any of you have watched my channel, I defend McFarlane. So before anyone makes any comments about they're just toys, just take it for what it is, why complain? If you don't like it, don't buy it. Blah, blah, blah. Listen, this is for toy discussion. This is to both criticize and give glowing reviews when is necessary. I don't have that Dark Detective or Detective Comics, rather, Batman, because I didn't like it at all. I bought Harley Quinn from that wave and Supes 1000, which we will get to later. So he is not present. I did like this Batman from Dark Knight Returns. We all love Three Jokers, Batman. I did paint mine and give him a cloth cape that's seen better days. Jesus, excuse me. Just ate a roast beef sandwich. I'm sorry about that. I am only but a man. The wonderful Hush Batman, which is just a little too big, a little too tall. It's almost 8-inch scale, for Christ's sakes. But it's a wonderful sculpt. All of them led to me knocking down Hush Batman. All of them led to what is my favorite sculpt for any Batman figure ever made. I'm not talking about articulation. I'm not talking about posability. I'm not talking about accessories. I'm not talking about, well, that's it. I'm talking about standing there on the shelf, looking proud, looking like Batman. He is my fucking favorite. I love this damn figure. Makes me feel like a little kid, like a little baby, watching almost like Adam West Batman. You know, it has that kind of feeling. Super Friends, clean sculpt. He didn't add anything extra, and what he did add was smart. These little wrinkles near the crotch to make it look like the uniform, outfit, costume is tucked into, because when you pull these little tidy trunks up, that is going to cause this part of the spandex or cloth, whatever it would be, to now be tighter. It's by design too, just because they are put in the perfect place for that. It's really smart. It's really elegant. This is, if you were to just buy one McFarlane figure, has to be Nightfall Batman. And I expected, when I was like, okay, here we are. And listen, I love all the goofy, wacky stuff, but you have to nail certain characters. Certain characters have to be nailed. The Wonder Woman was really close. I'd give her like a 8.5 out of 10. Flash is a 10 out of 10. Hawkman is a 10 out of 10. Nightfall, you get the point. Certain characters have to be home runs. Certain goofs can just be goofs of their own thing. Like, I don't know. Infected Soups. We'll get to him too. This is beautiful. Beautiful figure. Which will now bring me to Superman. And before we look at the McFarlane Superman, let's take a look at some of my favorite Superman figures. I'm not doing this to brag or to pull every figure out of my collection like some people do. I'm doing this just to show everyone I really like Superman figures. And I'm not even a Superman expert. I didn't really start reading Superman until I was an adult. I just fell in love with blue, red, and yellow. Christopher Reeves, truth, justice, the American way. I don't know. For some reason, all that hokey shit, it just, I don't know. It just sounds good, feels good, makes you feel proud, even when things are shitty. So let's take a look at some of my favorite Superman figures now. So here's a NECA Christopher Reeve Supes that came out close to 10 years ago. Here's a Mezco Christopher Reeve Superman, who I love as well. That's about 4 years old now. Two fantastic figures. If I had to pick one, I probably couldn't. That's why I had to have them both. I love Christopher Reeves. He encapsulates, however the hell I said that. Jesus. Encapsulates everything you want in an actor to be both Clark Kent and Supes. Let's move on. On the left, here's Mezco's version of a classic Superman. Their first attempt was kind of awful. This is Dark Knight Returns by Mafex. If what's important, and this is going to come up later, spin these around, you have the nice yellow S on the back, and you have that on the Mafex one as well. Very important. And here's just two random, completely unique and different Superman figure that are two of my favorite Superman figures in my collection, both by McFarlane. This is Infected Supes, which came out in like year 2 of DC Multiverse, and this is late last year's Injustice 2 Superman. I think both these figures have great things about them. Sculpt work, double jointed stuff going on. You could pose them, play with them, slap them around. Super fun, super nice looking Superman figures that aren't really classic, but just to show you that I appreciate the things that McFarlane does with his figures, and that's why today is going to be so disheartening for me as a McFarlane collector. Now for the stars of the show. This is Supes 1000, okay? Hush Superman. 2-pack Superman where he was fighting, who the heck was he fighting? Ultraman, I'm sorry. And now, newly released classic Supes. All of them have issues. The only real issue with Superman 1000 is his elbows aren't double jointed and no S on the back of that cape. But Hush Superman, oddly, has an S on the back of his cape. Greaser Supes, who is just a complete mess, no S on the back of the cape. Classic Superman, we thought was going to be the definitive one. Smiling, super friends, Justice League, all proud. No S on the back. Is it that difficult to print a fucking S on the back of a cape? Is it that hard? Now, I usually am trying to attack these things and I look for the positives, but I'm telling you, everyone who likes this figure is being honey-dicked because it has a really nice blue and it reminds them of Christopher Reeves. I mean, let's get Superman 1000 out of the way. Let's get Hush Superman out of the way because really the best thing going for Hush, his head is kind of unique and Jim Lee-ish and comic booky. The S on the back is the best thing. I just got him because I wanted a new figure. These fucking two guys together, it looks like Lenny and Squiggy, or it looks like they can like be backup members of the film Grease with John Travolta. It is almost laughable how weird they look, and the hair, and the figures that fall in the background as I get worked up. Let's get Greaser Supes aside. That head is just, it's ridiculous. And listen, it's not easy to do a smiling face. Mezco even tried it with the Reeves. I will have a closer image of that. And it just doesn't work. Now, some of the nice things I mentioned with Nightfall. Let me bring Nightfall back here. Nightfall is so good that standing next to him, it's going to be fun. I'm not denying that. I mean, it's classic Superman and classic Batman, so that's going to be fun. The allure is going to be there. And he does have that nice sculpting in between the legs, and they're not the same legs. That aside, the fists. He comes with a bunch of hands. They're freaking ginormous. They don't scale with this goddamn figure. The trunks, which I'm just going to swap trunks, but I shouldn't freaking have to Frankenstein my figures. If I put this cape on there and those trunks on there, I got the S on the back, I got the loops in the trunks, but then you still have sculpt work around this wrist that shouldn't be there. This is cleaner. I don't get it. I don't get why we are here. We are so late in the game, and why we just can't get a perfect goddamn Superman. And then he puts a wired cape on the newest Superman coming out. I guess this was in production before, so this couldn't get a wired cape. And I don't really hate this cape. I don't love it. Is this figure worth buying? I don't know. If you have smaller hands to slap on there, I don't even know if I do. Look at let me tell you what I do have though. Hold on. So, if you missed out on Supes 1000 because he's jumping up in price, get the Atomic Skull 2-pack, and it comes with a recolor of Superman, and throw a cloth cape on there. This is a cloth cape, OT Customs. That is where it's at. Let me get him down from there. This is my classic Supes. I don't care. You know, it's odd. It's really odd that this man just can't get it right. I don't know why he couldn't just take this head portrait and make it smile. Because this hair, it looks more natural and normal. This guy's hair looks like a greaser from the 50s and 60s. It really looks odd. And I don't know. Aren't we supposed to get better? Aren't we really supposed to get better with this? It's just not. It's just, you're going to buy this because it's something different. But something different isn't always something good. Take care. Have fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. If not, let me know if my ranting and raving made sense. Hopefully I'll see you guys Thursday and we can talk more. Did I say Thursday? Thursday at 6.